The East Fremantle House by Nic Brunsdon serves as a masterclass in how a narrow, traditional plot can be reimagined for modern family life. By moving away from the typical closed-off nature of Federation-era homes, the design prioritizes a seamless flow between the interior and the exterior, turning a once dark structure into a series of interconnected, light-filled experiences. The journey through the home begins with a choice of entry, each setting a distinct tone. The original front entrance honors the heritage of the site, leading visitors into the existing Federation building. This section remains the private heart of the home, housing 3 bedrooms. It is characterized by a moodier atmosphere, where the weight of the original architecture provides a sense of quietude and history. From this traditional hallway, a powerful visual connection is established. Despite being in the darker part of the house, the eye is drawn immediately down a long, uninterrupted central spine. This perspective reveals the home's linearity, offering a glimpse through the courtyard and all the way to the backyard, signaling the openness that lies ahead. Alternatively, a new side entrance offers a more contemporary and utilitarian way to engage with the home. This secondary entry acts as a mediating space or a threshold. It is a neutral, hard-wearing zone that joins the old with the new, allowing the family to bypass the private bedrooms entirely, perfect for maintaining the peace of sleeping children or leaving the mess of daily life behind closed doors. Emerging from this threshold, the house opens up into its public soul, a series of living spaces centered around a north-facing courtyard. This courtyard functions as an outdoor room, flooding the interior with natural light and air. Inspired by the permeable architecture of Brisbane, the design makes the boundary between the garden and the living room feel almost imperceptible. To maximize the utility of the narrow block, the architect pushed the functional elements of the home to the very edges. The southern wall is punctuated by alcoves and nooks that house the fireplace and kitchen preparation areas. By extracting these service elements from the main floor plan, the living area remains a clean, white, and uninterrupted volume that feels far more spacious than its footprint suggests. Within this refined living zone, a single elegant protrusion breaks the rectangular plan to house the dining area. Here, a well-placed skylight draws in diffused northern light, marking the table as the home's central gathering point. It is a moment of architectural clarity where the public nature of the home is most felt, blending the garden and the hearth into one experience. As one moves toward the rear of the site, the atmosphere shifts again toward sanctuary. The lounge room, though still connected to the outdoors through floor-to-ceiling glazing, offers a more grounded experience. Unlike the front of the house, which feels silhouetted against the courtyard's brightness, the lounge is enveloped in light, creating a soft transition into the home's more intimate quarters. The materiality of the addition further distinguishes the new from the old. While the ground floor utilizes concrete and painted brickwork as a modern nod to the original Federation masonry, the upper level introduces timber. The attic master suite sits atop the white masonry box like a timber lid, offering a sense of lofty seclusion that contrasts with the anchored, heavy feel of the ground floor. Ultimately, the East Fremantle House is a narrative of breaking apart and interlacing. By separating the home into distinct zones, the private heritage front, the social courtyard center, and the secluded attic retreat, Nic Brunsdon has created a flexible environment. It is a home that can grow with its family, offering a nuanced spectrum of experiences ranging from grounded privacy to airy, open-plan living.